And we're going to talk about quality seed and that kind of thing. Um, my poster board said just messed up. Keep me on time, Patrick.
Yeah.
If you would please, when I've got
15 minutes?
about 15 minutes. Yeah. So again, my name is Tom Keene, and if my wife were here right now, she would tell you I'm a cheapskate. All right, that's what she would tell you, and you know she'd probably be right because I like a good bargain. All right, if I can find something and one's cheaper, that's what I'm going to buy. But when we do that with our seed, whether it's hemp seed or alfalfa seed or any other kind of seed, are we really getting a good deal if we buy the cheaper seed? Okay. So what we've got here is an example of two different seed lots, and we have seed lot A, and it's $1.95 a pound, and we have seed lot B, which is $3 a pound. Now, if I just look at that, which one do you think cheapskate Tom Keene would buy?
See about that.
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I'd buy right there, right? But if we dig in a little bit and we kind of look at some of the numbers, am I really getting a good deal? So what we have to do is we have to think, how much pure live seed are we putting out there? And when I think about pure live seed, I think about plantings like we see here in our research trials, but I also think about seed that's going in the greenhouse too, okay? When you're putting some of those seeds in those trays that you're going to raise for transplants, okay? So in order to figure out how much actual live seed, pure live seed we have, we've got to do just a little bit of calculation. We've got to look at the purity, and we've got to look at the germination, and just do a simple math, some multiplication, some division, and we find out that in this lot, only 51% of it is pure live seed. So for every 100 seeds I put out in that field of hemp, only 49 of them are going to have the chance to germinate. Okay? We know that 51% are going to germinate. 49 are probably not. But we really don't even know if we're going to get 51%, all right? But we have that capacity. When we look at seed lot B, look at the purity on that, 99. Is that pretty good? That's really, really good, right? And then we have 90% germination. So we really have pure live seed at 89%. So only 11 of those 100 seed are probably not going to germinate. Hopefully 89 of them will. So when we do a little bit more of the calculation, we see that seed lot A is costing us $3.90 per pound of pure live seed. Those seeds that have a chance to germinate. And seed lot B is costing us what? $3.30. Which is the better deal? B, yeah. So cheapskate Tom Keene is going to get a raw deal if he doesn't look at the numbers. Okay? So when you go to buy your seed in the future, this is something you want to keep your eye on, okay? We do a lot of our transplants for CBD now, you know, as either transplants or clones or whatever. Probably as we move through time, we're probably going to be looking at seeding a lot of this, okay? Can't swear to that, but as our technology advances and our genetics advance and so forth, I dare say we'll probably be doing quite a bit of that as seeded varieties. Now, when you're buying that seed, where do you get those numbers that we just looked at, right? So it's going to be on your seed tag, all right? Schiavi Seed was gracious enough to give us one of their seed tags, and so we're not promoting their seed, but this is what you're going to see when you get a seed tag, all right? This is where you're going to get those numbers that we multiplied and so forth a while ago to find out what we're really getting. So this is industrial hemp. This is the variety, Fiber Nova. This is the lot number, which is internal for them. I like this because it was originated here in Kentucky. So that means Kentucky grown seed. How much pure seed? What's the purity on that? Remember we looked at the purity? 99.82. Is that good? Really, really good, right? And then some crop seed, some weed seed, 0.1%, inert matter, a little bit of that 1%. What about the germination? 80%. So that's good. We'd like it maybe to be a little bit higher, but 80 is not too bad, okay? And then 40-pound bag of seed, and it was tested in May of 19. So this would have been seed that would have been harvested last year about this time, right? So let's just say that I talked to them and I said, you know what, I want to plant some seed next year. I've got a buddy of mine that wants to grow some hemp. Have you got some of this seed left over? Sure, we got some of that lot left over. Would you like some? Yeah, I'd like to buy some from you. We get a price. And I tell them I want to buy it on percent pure live seed. Okay. So if I buy that in November, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my own germination test. Right? Because this was harvested in 18. I'm going to be planting it in 2020. What does that germination have the possibility of doing? Can it go up? No. Might it go down? Very possibly. Okay. So I'm going to do a germination test when I get it in, if I go ahead and buy it and get it shipped to myself. All right. And then I'm going to do another one about a month before I seed. Okay. Because I want to know how much live seed I'm putting in that ground. Okay. Absolutely imperative that we do that. All right. And then this right here is seed count, 23,000 seeds per pound. Is that a lot or a little? What is that? Is that a lot of seed per pound? Is it a little seed per pound? What are your thoughts?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. We're going to find out. So Rich Mundell, who was a technician here and has since moved to Hawaii, don't feel sorry for him, but we looked at 26 different varieties of hemp seed. Okay, that's out there on the market right now. We didn't look at the hundreds, but we looked at 26. If you have a low seed per pound, this was our lowest seed per pound, so that means they're big seed, right? It's an inverse relationship. And then the smaller seed, we had almost 60,000 seeds per pound. Is there a difference there? Big difference, right? What was it on that tag? 23,000. So that would be a relatively large hemp seed, all right? When you get to Patrick's talk, he's going to talk about stuff like that when you get down there. Well, as a general rule of thumb, again, general rule of thumb, if we're planting for grain, we would probably recommend somewhere around 20 pounds of seed per acre. Right now we're still doing pounds of seed per acre. And if we were doing fiber, we'd be somewhere around 60 pounds. We want a lot more plants, smaller stems, and so forth. 20 pounds of this variety, we're getting almost 400,000 pounds. 20 pounds of this variety, we're getting almost 1.2 million seeds per acre, which is going to have a better chance of giving you a successful crop. Well, you would think this one, right? But you don't know unless you do those numbers, okay? Because if this is 50% germination, you're still going to get a lot of seed, but you need those numbers, all right? And then for fiber, kind of the same thing. Again, if we were doing 60 pounds of this variety, which would be a big seed, about 1.2 million. Here we're getting almost 3.5 million seeds per acre. So it makes a difference. It makes a difference that you do those calculations to know actually what you're putting out there. In time, we will plant hemp like we do corn. How do we plant corn? Do we plant it pounds per acre, or do we population? We do population. When we get right down to it, at the end of the day, this is how we're going to plant hemp. We're going to plant it by population. We're going to look at variety and stuff like that, but we're going to plant, thank you very much. We're going to plant it with population, all right? Not there yet, but that's what we're going to get. Okay, how are we doing on time, Patrick?
6 minutes left.
6 minutes, okay. Any questions?
So what do you consider a valid germination test? You get your seed in.
Well, we've had anywhere between 30 and 90%. And you don't know. I mean, that seed tag, that seed produced here in Kentucky, stored in Kentucky, I think gives us a good shot of having that. But I don't care where you get your seed from, when it was harvested, where it was stored, do a germination test. It will be the cheapest insurance policy you'll have on getting a good crop.
And what protocol would you use for the test?
There's several I'll talk about a little bit.
Yeah, so he'll talk about that, but yeah, just you can do it. Talk to your county agent, talk to your seed dealer, get them to give you a protocol or something. But by all means, do that because it could wind up in either make or break you for sure. Okay, we're going to do one of the things. I'm going to ask you to kind of turn around, and I'm going to come back here to this seeder. All right.